Hey, if there was a thing that left a mark on CPU tech industry previous year, that was the release of Apple Silicon Macs. Apple's first in-house desktop class processors came as a double-edged sword for Apple. At one end, it showed the entire world that ARM has a potential to seriously compete with dominant manufacturers on the PC market. The other one has set the new foundation for some higher expectations, that anything below achieved standard could be considered as a potential failure. As we stepped in 2021, we're heading for Apple's next milestone. And according to some predictions, 16-inch MacBook Pro is starting to reappear. And that is juicy. Before we get on with the story, please share in the comment section below. What is it that you would really want to see in the next 16-inch MacBook Pro? Now the intro and let's go. Hi guys and welcome to Digital Marketing channel. My name is Marco and this is your weekly fix of tech news, leaks, rumors and opinions, everything about Apple and their competitors. If you want to be up to date with current and future Apple products, subscribe now, leave a comment below, hit the like button and don't forget to enable notifications so you don't miss the next video. The first three computers, the supreme trinity of Macs that Apple introduced in November 2020. Even with all those impressive benchmarks and real-world use results, were nothing more than entry-level options. According to many news portals, alleged leaks and rumors suggest that we are getting closer to the next stage of Apple's processor evolution, embodied in likes of 2 professional MacBooks and 1 new iMac. And we will deal with every single one of those products, one at a time. And while 14-inch MacBook Pro was also mentioned many times as a possibility in 2020, 16-inch counterpart gave the impression it will be a less demanding task. 16-inch version of professional MacBook is in many ways the newest MacBook design, with slightly narrower bezels around 16-inch screen. In the first 2 generations, it was powered by Intel and powerful Radeon graphics. Since its final iteration was released in 2019, it was perfectly fine to assume that we could see its one more edition at Apple's November event. We know that didn't happen. Recently, some speculations that originated from a rather questionable source have ended up in online articles of some really respected news portals, and predicting that the 16-inch MacBook Pro will finally fill the gap in the lineup. And guess what? Much sooner than we anticipated. Yes, we're talking about March. That idea should not come as a surprise, since there were events before in March, including hardware introductions. But there's something at this moment that doesn't add up, and I will explain shortly. We expect that the next 16-inch MacBook Pro come with redesign, which includes one of the most important improvements around edges, aka liquid retina display with mini LED technology. While typical LCDs use LEDs for backlight, mini LED relies on much smaller light-emitting diodes, and thanks to its size allows manufacturers to pack more to a screen. This allows better control of backlighting, which overall leads to better image quality. Mini LED may not be as good in terms of picture quality as OLED, but at least it doesn't suffer from burn-in problem. In other words, it's a worthy upgrade. This is the first thing for me that causes doubts about March. Guys, now would be awesome if you can hit the thumbs up, leave a comment and subscribe. It means a lot. Thanks. We have seen some reports that suggest that Apple is really working hard on some new internals. I'm talking about some new chips with more CPU and GPU cores. Speculations are mentioning possibility that 16-inch MacBook may come with 12 or eventually 16 core processors. Similarly to iPad Pro chips, these processing units will most likely follow similar designation patterns, in this case as M1X, Besides equal increase in number of GPU cores, probably up to 16, I guess we should hope for some new unified memory options. Something between 16 and maybe 32 gigs. It's funny to see there are not many predictions about unified memory, no? Slightly better speakers and new microphone array should not come as a surprise. Should I say it? No. I will say it. No. Yeah, I have an idea. How about 1080p FaceTime camera for a change, huh? I believe that some of you would really want more I/O choices, but anything beyond 4 would be a miracle. That leads me to my biggest concern and possible reason why I may be more skeptical about the upcoming release. Same as you, I would love to see Apple introducing 16-inch MacBook Pro in March with mini LED, redesign, and everything latest and greatest. But then if we collide this claim or this alleged leak with the voice of the future himself, Ming-Chi Kuo, who points his finger to the second half of this year, maybe even the end, you have to surrender yourself to the feeling of doubt. Yet there are a few possibilities which could result in release of MacBooks in March. Hear me out. Apple may update the last remaining tier of 13-inch MacBook Pro models. That would be one option. The other scenario could be indeed 16-inch MacBook Pro, but without redesign and with M1X chip, or maybe both. This is possible, and it wouldn't be the first time that Apple update one product line multiple times in a year, with another release of 16-inch MacBook Pro in the end of 2021, completely reimagined, along with 14-inch edition of MacBook Pro as well. This will put an end on Intel and maybe even 13-inch MacBook Pro versions. These are my concerns and possibly optimistic attempts to make those latest predictions kinda more realistic, at least for me. I would love to see your point of view about this. That's all for today. Thank you for watching Digital Marketing Channel. My name is Marco. Talk to you soon. Have an excellent day. Bye. For watching Digital Marketing Channel. My name is Marco. Thank you for that's all for today. Thank you for watching Digital Marketing Channel. My name is Marco. Talk to you soon. Talk to you soon. Considering that that's all for today. That's all for today. You see MacBook Pro 16-inch. You see MacBook Pro 16-inch. 16-inch version. That's all for today. Talk to you soon. That's all for alleged leaks and rumors. According is in 16-inch